guys, and today I'll be testing custom difficulties in Phasmophobia, and most importantly just messing around with the custom difficulty modifiers and whatnot, and seeing what is the best for XP. So, yeah. I already created a pretty custom difficulty where you can copy all these settings. By the way, this only gives you a 0.03 modifier, so multiplier I mean. So it's a shitty difficulty. But you do start with insanely fast speeds, so it's gonna be fun. So, I guess I'll do Tanglewood, the map. Tarot cards are kind of annoying. I always get awful luck with those though, so let's see what this custom difficulty does. If you're new to the game, this difficulty will get you on your feet, basically. Get your feet on the ground and actually, get you into the game. But I'd recommend turning the difficulty up as well. As you get better at the game, I'd start recommending turning up difficulty and whatnot. So, I guess I'll do some gameplay right now, so, yeah. Tanglewood. Yeah, of course I'm gonna do starter items only, because I have no money in the game, so, or at least not enough money to fund the whole thing, so.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the
Yeah, this is what speed looks like.
starting the investigation. No report this time. Be careful. You're going
I ain't scared of this ghost. Like, come on, it's just a ghost. You know what I'm saying? I'm a speedy boy. Although hiding spots are set to none. So how the hell am I gonna survive this if I get hunted? Oh well, I'll figure it out during the hunts probably. I could start hunting right when I enter the door too, which would be fun. I do have an ability to turn on the breaker. You're able to turn on the breaker, by the way, so recommended you turn that on before doing anything. There's a chance I could insta-hunt you on this custom, so, yeah. But honestly, I might not play these customs. I'm just gonna mess around with the custom difficulties,
jobs ready for you.
and then I might play them in another recording. So I'm just messing around with custom difficulties. And yeah, basically just seeing what I can mess about with. So I'm basing it off of professional. So here's the old difficulty that I was just on. If you're new to the game, this might be able to help you out, but honestly, won't rely on that difficulty. So now I'm just gonna reset it to professional and see what I can do to possibly mess it up. Now, you can also sprint infinitely as well. On this difficulty, so I think you can... I'm honestly just gonna see what I can possibly get away with the custom difficulty without getting any issues. What would happen if I turn the lights off though? So, speed, turn the ghost speed up. Honestly, I think I can do no evidence or like no sanity, so. Not no evidence, but like no sanity runs, so. Gonna see what I could do. You can also make it very difficult by turning that down. I'm just fooling around with some of these. Yeah, so it's very easy, I guess. This is another custom difficulty that I'm creating. I'm hoping to also test some of the other difficulties I've got. I've got some good difficulties as well, too, that can actually get you some pretty serious stuff. Let's see what I can do with this custom difficulty. But honestly, I'm not gonna play them. I'm just messing around with settings. I might play them occasionally, assuming that I'm not getting insta-hunted. If you're new to the game, I recommend turning player sanity up to 100, which I'm gonna do for every difficulty that I create currently. So, yeah. Save. Looks good. If there was no flashlights, how am I gonna be able to see? Enter.
Right. Check the
You're
equipment.
not gonna be
Get
able to
set up
see.
before investigating. New intel. Also, light switching. Possibly harmless, so be careful out there.
Did you just say reports of light switching? Not okay with that, man. So, yeah. It's basically the other difficulty, but you actually have sprinting. But honestly, I'm just fooling around with these difficulties. I'm not actually playing them. So, yeah. I'm not actually gonna play these custom difficulties. I'm just messing around, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. So I'm not just gonna play them. I guess I'll redo everything. turn down the evidence probably. Ooh. 8 times? Am I seeing that correctly? Some busted things we can come up with, right? Honestly, I'm just seeing what works and what doesn't work. Or what can give you big time multipliers and what doesn't give you big time multipliers. I guess I'll turn up the things. Let's see what broken does. Ooh. Very, very tempting. Turn up the hiding places, which is what I always do for very high difficulties. Is I typically turn up the hiding places. Even if it is 15x, I'd find a way to make it not so 15 times anymore. So 15 times is actually the hardest difficulty, otherwise known as Apocalypse 3 difficulty, which would be 15 times, no evidence, no sanity, you're slow as fuck, and the ghost is faster, like 2 times faster than the player, so yeah. There's a reason why I'm not playing that difficulty, and that is why. What happens when I turn down the sanity pose? Literally nothing. Yeah, well, it does something, but it's just not a lot. Let's see. Ooh, 10 times. Turning the sprinting off. Can get you that high of a difficulty, apparently. And I might turn that up to high again. Ooh, 10.6. Oof. Although I do have a lot of custom difficulties. What does changing favorite room do? I mean, I could turn that up and get higher difficulties as well, but I typically play with that all the way down. And I don't know what that would do, but custom difficulties are fun to mess about with. They're very fun and to mess around with. Giving you custom difficulties to see and mess about with currently. So I'm creating another custom. I'm relying on you guys to test them and see how they work. I recommend turning up hiding places to very high, and I recommend turning your sanity up to 100 if you're new to the game. If you're good at the game, or if you're an experienced player, you can turn down hiding places at like none, and turn the sanity pill and sanity in general down to 0 if you're very good at the game. But I'm just setting up difficulties to see if I can grind on any of them. But like still. And now for another map, another one. I mean, we can actually play a map if you want me to, but I don't feel like spending too much time on any of these maps. I'm only gonna play these maps for like 10 seconds on this custom.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. There will be a report of the
Yeah, and also sprinting is turned down all the way down to off, but you, for some reason, it still zooms in as if you can sprint still, but it's just very slow when you try to. On this difficulty, which really messes with your brain.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
I also mess with custom difficulties a lot in this, so honestly, I'm just messing about to see what I can get. What happens when I turn off flashlight? Honestly, I don't think I could play with or without a flashlight. Let's turn that down to low. So also interaction amounts, recommend setting the high if you want more interactions to happen with the ghost. What happens when you turn flashlights off? I'm assuming you just can't use flashlights. I don't mess with these a lot. Typically, I Google what the best custom difficulty is for leveling, and then I'd use that to level. I'm sure you guys probably do that a lot in this as well, so. You can also turn down player speed and make the difficulty way higher than it needs to be. Which, yeah. Tanglewood. Normally I play this a lot too, so I do play Tanglewood a lot in my off time when I'm not
Take a look at the
recording.
equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Flashlights don't
Got
work.
the intel. Looks like this is going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
Reports of violence? This is gonna be a spicy one. I'm not really I'm more just messing around with the custom difficulties and then playing on them for the split seconds to see what works and what doesn't. By the way, UV light still works on this difficulty. I know you can technically use a UV light as a flashlight. It still works the same kinda. But it's just blue instead of fine. So, yeah.
Welcome back.
I'm just messing with the custom difficulties and playing them for like a few seconds. So... yeah. And now, let's try the hardest difficulty in the game. The hardest difficulty in the game, you can get 15x by just turning everything up to the highest. So you get these like green arrows going up, these arrows going up. See those? Those are good. You want them to go up, not down. But typically for me, I typically always play like insanity mode, but with no evidence. This is what I normally do. Since I do have a difficulty that is close to 15 times. It's like 14.20 something times. Or like 14.2 times. So. But normally this is the difficulty that I play. Insanity mode pretty much. But just turn the evidence all the way down to 0. And also turn the hiding spots up to high. And also turn on the breaker and allow myself to view sanity. And also give yourself cursed possessions. This is the difficulty that I typically mess around with. Now I'm just going to show you every custom difficulty that I usually use. You have my no evidence difficulty. No evidence and 0 sanity, but you have sanity pills. This is how I got to level 800 using this difficulty right here. And a bunch of other customs. And also you have the monkey paw here. I can show you. See? Monkey paw. On this one, I think I set this one is random. This one has the monkey paw on it. And then this one is very close to 15 times. It's 14.2. Or 14.3, I should say. It's basically that, but I allow for sanity pills and hiding spots. Very difficult, as you can see. So, yeah, those are all my custom difficulties. So, yeah.